This yoga for dressage riders is all about improving your hip mobility and flexibility, because it's really important that we have that suppleness so that when we're in the saddle we can move freely with our horse.
Watch the ocean kiss the moon.
To start with, we're going to warm our entire body up because we want to have that movement to be able to loosen up through the hips first. So I'm going to start with some sun salutations. Step yourself to the front of your mat, feet are hip width apart. We want to take a really big deep breath in, then exhale to come down and forward fold. Think of bringing your hands to your shins, lengthening out to flatten your back. Then exhale, back down and forward fold again. Step both feet back into down dog. Bend your knees here as much as you need to allow your chest to be drawn towards your thighs. Then exhale, travel forward over your hands, drop to your knees, lower down, breathe in and sweep up into a baby cobra. Come here, back up onto your knees, up onto your toes, and then step your feet in towards your hands. Inhale, allow your hands to come to your shins, flatten your back. Exhale, back down and forward fold, then take a big breath in and stand tall again. So that's our flow, big movement to help get some warmth into our body first. So forward fold. Flat back, hands to shins, lengthen through the back of the neck, bend your knees, come down into a forward fold, hands onto the ground, step your feet back into down dog, bend your knees as much as you need to lengthen through the spine, then travel your weight forward over your hands. An easier option, or lower down strong, baby cobra here, lengthen the back of the neck, feet are on the ground, we'll come all the way up into up dog if you're ready. Glide yourself back to down dog, draw the heels down to the ground, then exhale and step your feet in towards your hands. Flat back comes now as we lengthen through the back of the body. Exhale back down to forward fold, and a big expanse of breath rises you up. We're going to do 2 more times. So forward fold, flat back, connect your breath now to the movement. Flow down, step back, down dog. Knees are bent, long spine, glide over your hands. Exhale, down strong, baby cobra or up to up dog. Glide back. Step your feet towards your hands. Flat back. Exhale, breathe out and soften. Inhale, rises you. 1 more time. Let's try and make it flow seamlessly. Flat back, no beginning, no end, as we just float through each movement. Soften down. Step back. Down dog. Glide forward. Strong down. Powerfully up. Smooth back, step forward, lift your spine long and straight, exhale, come down, inhale and rise up. We're going to come back down to the ground. From here, step your left foot back into a nice long lunge. Place your knee down on the ground and make a nice 90-degree box with your legs. Let the toe release at the back, then inhale, draw your hands up to the sky. Think of squeezing your bottom here to really tuck your tail underneath you as you open up through the front of the body. We're going to draw the hands back and then we're going to release and come forward. Keep the front foot on the ground as you draw your seat bones back to feel a stretch in through your hamstring. And bend your front knee, squeeze the bottom and open up into a nice big stretch in through the front of your hip here. Exhale, come back. If you need to and you find it's too much on your back knee here, you can place a cushion underneath it. Or you can be up here in this position here. And then we come forward and feel that stretch in the hamstring. You just choose what's right for your body. Keeping the bottom squeezed. Exhale and slide back. We're going to do one more time. Feel that stretch in through the hips and then back. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bring our weight forward. The hands come on the inside of our legs. And we're going to allow this foot to really fall onto its side here as we push the knee to the outside. At the same time, you're letting the other hip drop down to the ground as well. So really just helping to open up those hips. Just want to hold and breathe. And allow that foot to come onto the floor. We're going to glide underneath us. So we're coming down into a pigeon pose. The back leg straightens as we reach ourselves down onto the ground. If you find it's too much, you can bend your back leg. You really have that foot in towards your groin, but if you want to make it more intense, you bring your heel further forward. Let's try and let your upper body drop right down over your legs. We're going to make this stretch a little bit more intense. So right now you've got your right foot forward. We're going to take our left hand and reach it behind you, getting a nice big twist through your spine. And you're going to feel that stretch get much deeper into your glutes. Look along the direction of your hand and think about drawing your armpit down to the ground as well to really get that deep stretch. We're going to change that slightly now. And the right hand comes out across your body as well as the other one. You can just feel that stretch change. Using big deep breaths. When the stretches get uncomfortable or the poses get tough, it's really important to focus on your breathing. It's about training your mind to not focus on the negative, not focus on the pain or the intensity that you're feeling in that stretch, but instead training your mind to stay focused on your breathing. Stay focused on what you ask it to stay focused on. Staying calm in the storm, training your mind to be fit as well as your body. And bring yourself up. The back leg swings around and crosses over the front. Then we anchor the seat bones, give that leg a really nice hug. I want you to turn all the way around to the back. So really pivot your chest around to the side. Anchor your back hand as you lift up through your spine. Make sure both seat bones are anchored on the floor and the front foot is anchored as well. If that's too much with your bottom leg, you can straighten it out behind you. Always turn and rotate. Soften the breath, find that deep stretch, and then focus on your still, calm mind and calm breath. Beautiful, bring yourself around. We're going to bring ourselves back up to down dog. Glide yourself back. Stretch out through the back of the body, recenter yourself, and we're going to take all of that over to the other side. So your left foot is going to step forward. Right knee down, release the toes, inhale and reach up. Feel that stretch in through the front of the hip, but first you want to really tuck your tail underneath you so you can find that stretch. And if you want, you can just take one arm and reach that up to the sky. Again, just find what works for you to really get that pull through the front of the hip. And then we come down, draw the seat bones back and feel that stretch in through the hamstring behind the knee. Come up again, breathe in, reach up and back. Exhale and lower. Do it 2 more times. A big deep breath in, both hands if you wish, reach right up, squeeze the bottom, lower down and pull back. Last one. And back. So bring yourself down into pigeon pose, so the front leg tucks in, back leg is straight or bent, whichever's right for you, and just let yourself drop down and soften into it. We're going to add that twist first. So opposite hand to knee comes across the body to add in that real twist through the spine. Really just let your chest, your back become really heavy over your knee. At the same time, think of drawing your back leg away from you. And see if you can find the real edges of this stretch as you twist through it. And let's go the other direction. Same hand as the leg, reaches across your shins and out in front. Again, just let your head rest. And let's bring ourselves back up. The back leg swings around to the front. You find that really nice twist. So anchor the seat bones, hug the knee, lift up, and turn your eyes around to the back. So it's really important those seat bones are anchored as well as that front foot as you lift up. Remember, you can straighten that bottom leg if this is too much. Otherwise, find some height. Again, breathe into it, find that little tug of war, push into the arm as much as the arm pushes back. We'll then come back around to the centre. We're going to bring ourselves around. We're really going to open up the hips even more. So coming into frog pose, your knees are nice and wide. Your heels are in line with your knees. And you're lowering yourself down onto your elbows. From here you want to gently shift your seat bones back until you feel a stretch through your inner thighs. You'll really try and push those seat bones back as you hold the stretch. Try tilting your seat bones up at the same time, like your Donald Duck. Really pushing them up to the sky as you draw your seat bones back towards your heels. And we just want to hold this. Focus on your breathing, allowing yourself to drop down. Couple more breaths. Okay, to come out of this, bring your weight forward over your hands first, then tuck the knees in, and gradually just bring the knees in a little bit at a time. Then going to glide ourselves back. Take your left leg out to the side, straighten it out nice and long, balance yourself on your seat bones, then reach towards your foot and reach up and over to the side. Really trying to get a stretch not only through the side of our body but down through our hamstring as well. From here, I want you to look up and under your armpit around to the corner, and then with your hand that's in the sky, reach that towards the toes. Think of drawing your elbow out of sight, so right back behind your ear, or at the same time you're trying to draw everything towards your toes. And now try and breathe. Try and find that calm in the storm of the stretch. Try and find that focus. Then let yourself come around towards your long leg, turn your entire torso, and then allow yourself to come down towards it. Think of bringing your nose towards that knee, lengthening through the back, dropping down. We're going to do all of that on the other side. So bring the leg in, take it over the other direction, set yourself up on those seat bones first, then bring the arm up and around, and think of drawing yourself towards here, but at the same time opening up and around to the side. So bring your eyes around under your armpit, look past your arm, while at the same time try and draw your elbow out of your eyesight. Then think of drawing both hands towards your toes. Very normal to have one side that's more flexible than the other. That's why this is all so powerful. Dressage is about improving our horse's symmetry, alignment, posture, balance. And so we want to make sure we're doing exactly the same for ourselves as well. Because if we've got one side that's more stuck and rigid, definitely going to affect how we move with the horse and how the horse moves. But most importantly, it's going to be a part of the body that's prone to any niggles and pain. And that's what DRT is all about, prevention, so that you can ride for many, many years to come. Allow yourself to come down, centre yourself up, and then let yourself drop down towards your knee. Lift yourself up, take both your legs as wide as you can. Lift up onto your seat bones, and then think of drawing your toes in as you drop yourself forward. So you want the legs wide as you possibly can. Keep adjusting them if you need to, and then just going to hold here. So now's your chance to improve your mental fitness. Let's find the edge of this stretch, but let's breathe in through our nose and out through our nose. Let's focus on our breath. Let's focus on our calm amongst the storm. Keep finding the edge. Every time you breathe out, almost think of it like a wave as you melt that little bit further down. So keep using the breath. Breathe in Breathe out and come that little bit further. And again, breathe in and breathe out. We're going to do that 2 more times, so let yourself really find the depth of the stretch. Incredible for helping to open up the back, the hamstrings, and help balance out the pelvis. 1 more breath. Beautiful. We're going to finish off with a nice little twist and release through our lower back. So bring the legs in, let yourself roll right down onto your back. Stack the knees together and let them fall over to one side. The arm goes the opposite direction. Now your knees can stay stacked above each other. If you want to make this more challenging, straighten the top leg and pull that leg towards you, and you'll feel a deep twist and stretch into your glutes, again helping to get deeper into our hips and loosen them up. Keep taking the eyes down the length of the arm. And bring the knees in. We'll take it over to the other direction. Stack the legs first, then open if you choose, and take the eyes away. Try and keep both shoulders down on the ground if you can. And when you're ready, come back into the middle. If you want, allow your knees to fall together with your feet wide, or just let your legs completely straighten and flop to the side. Arms are long. Think of lengthening the back of the neck. And really just let yourself take a few moments to breathe, to settle. And find some stillness. When it comes to these meditations or relaxations at the end, there's no right way or wrong way to do them. The power comes with them, just allowing your thoughts to become a little bit calmer and creating some space in your day to be still. Because so often we're just so busy being busy, to-do lists everywhere, errands to run. And so this is your opportunity to stop. To stop the inner dialogue, to stop the chatter. Allow yourself to create some stillness. And if we don't give the mind something to do by providing it an anchor, the thoughts can keep flooding in. So by staying focused on your breath and giving your mind a task, we can observe our thoughts coming in, but we cannot get attached to them. Instead, we can focus on our breathing. We can create a little bit of stillness, even if it's only just for one breath. Think of your thoughts like a highway jam full of traffic versus a country road at 2 a.m. By having that anchor of your breath, you're able to create space between your thoughts. And that's what this is about. It helps to create more clarity, better focus, Not only good for physical health, but also your mental health, which is truly important. So right now, give your mind that anchor. Focus on your breath. Just one breath in and one breath out. Stay with this calm spot a little bit longer if you wish. Otherwise, come back with me by lengthening the hands out over the head, drawing the knees in towards the chest, and just giving them a nice hug. Try rocking from side to side on your back to bring a little bit more movement through the spine again. And then in your own time, bring yourself up to sitting. Try and find that calm spot you had before with good posture. So lift up the shoulders, peel them back, drop them down away from your ears, lengthen the back of the neck. And then just breathe into your belly here. Try and find that stillness and that calm. Open up your eyes when you're ready and bring yourself on back. So the power of meditation, the relaxation and creating that stillness is to help you overcome emotional situations, anxiety, fear, or when you head out to competitions where you might feel nervous, or just in your day-to-day life when you might be feeling busy or overwhelmed. We can get so in our heads and our emotions can overcome us. But when we focus on creating just that little bit of stillness, that little bit of space between our thoughts, it can really help center ourselves and it can help us respond better to the situations you're in. That's why it's so powerful to do these. You can call them whatever you wish, but it's about training your mind to be mentally fit and more mind fit, so that when you're riding, you can stay present with your horse, because the more you practice this off the horse, the more present you'll be when you're on the horse, no matter what situations you're faced with. I hope you enjoyed that. Keep up the fabulous work, and most importantly, enjoy your riding.